Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, Road to 56, Honduras. In the last episode, we got our troops into Europe and pushed them up to the Eastern Front that the Commonwealth of Nations had against the Soviet Union and started working on fighting around Warsaw. We were actually able to retake the city and we're starting to make some headway. Also, Belgium decided to join the Commonwealth of Nations and started absolutely steamrolling France. And then Italy made a pretty sneaky play. Naval invaded, I can only assume they naval invaded Belgium, knocked Belgium out. That caused the entire French front to essentially collapse. And I think that caught out a large portion of the German army. And so the German army almost completely collapsed and left me essentially holding the bag in Poland. And fortunately, I realized what was happening before it got too out of hand, and I was able to pull my troops out and get everybody back home without losing any divisions. So that's great. The one kind of downside of that is that we did take rather heavy manpower losses in that fighting in Europe. So we're down like 90 some odd thousand men, which is not great. That's not great at all. So we're going to have to recover and hope that the Soviets don't come knocking. Because they have... Yeah, because basically Europe collapsed. Commonwealth of Nations no longer holds any territory in Europe. Germany's out of the fight. Well, I mean, they have this pocket here in France. Maybe they could use that pocket to push back out, but I don't know. The United States would probably have to really throw a lot of resources into that, but I don't know if it will. So we'll see how it goes. But the Soviets are still fighting the Japanese-Chinese alliance. So hopefully they can hold out. But Japan has been doing a bunch of stuff in the South Pacific. They've taken Indonesia. They're working on Malaysia right now. Well, we're going to have to see how it happens. Now, there is an option for a conditional surrender. I'm not the war leader for the losing side. So I can't actually pursue that. So what I probably really should have done is join the Comintern, because that probably would have kicked me out of the war. Well, they would have gotten an event that we sought to join. And we still could have gotten the rule to create factions over here. So that was a bit of a miscalculation on my part, but we'll have to see how it plays out. All right. We need to take Cuba. I think what we're going to do is we're going to work on our local operations, continuing to pursue the focuses. We know they have 8 to 15 divisions. We should be able to knock out Cuba. We'll have to see how it goes. Alright, let's get some air doctrine. We have some land doctrine, which we're going to do. Infantry, motorized, mechanized, soft attack. Yeah, I think we're going to go down this route. Alright, free civilian factories. Alright, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start developing. Let's get some infrastructure done. Let's queue in some airfields. Let's put in some more civilian factories. Okay. Actually, do I have synthetic refineries yet? No. Provides a state with +1 rubber. +4 rubber. I need oil. Cuba has oil. Excellent. They have also a lot of steel. And chromium. So Cuba is a very valuable target. Yep, looks like the Soviets just took out Romania. Okay. Alright, small caliber armor-piercing shells. Okay, so we have our small caliber guns. Homing torpedoes. Let's get those. We have our damage control. Battleships, heavy cruisers, light cruisers, destroyers, shell dies. That's probably a good idea. We'll work up this line. We're starting to get a little bit more intel here. I should actually be able to prepare an operation to infiltrate the Cuban army. Do it. I still can't train any more Marines. Motorized divisions? Do I want to start building up a motorized army? Thing is, this division template is not really built. We don't have tanks yet. The Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, the USSR, annexes the Tuvan People's Republic. Alright, we have special projects available. Anti-tank rifle grenade, advanced optical rangefinders, military engineering vehicles. I think we're gonna go advanced optical rangefinders. Alright, we're no longer needing that much of that, but we need a little bit more steel. Alright. Alright, product of the wars. Second World War. Which is the Commonwealth of Nations, and this guy versus the Stresa Front. Really? Okay. That's what it's calling the Second World War. I mean, I guess. Alright, small arms 1942. Let's get support 1942. Alright, get those being manufactured. Marines 3. Okay, so we're caught up on our Marines. 1942 support. Support companies, we'll work on those. We need to get caught up on planes, I think. Light aircraft. Because right now, our aircraft don't really have enough range. Alright, any interesting decisions that we can take? Send reports to the small ship manufacturers. Okay, nothing else really that interesting. Alright, anti-partisan is done. Alright, we got to defend the new Union. There is this domestic steel production. Which adds a civilian factory and 2 steel mills. Fuel silos. But you know what? Let's do this. They are almost certainly going to join somebody. Probably they're going to join the Comintern, if I had to guess. Alright, let's get the planes. 1940 small airframes. New field artillery. Hydraulic recoil system. Okay. Alright, how are we doing as far as ships? Okay, we're doing okay for ships. Alright, then split the task force. Alright, that'll get the rest of the submarines out in action. As soon as we finish this torpedo research, we're going to design... Did we finish the torpedo? No. 43 days until we finish the torpedo research. We're going to design a new destroyer. And we're going to start producing destroyers. Should also probably start working on a light cruiser. Alright, port radios is done. As economy law, partial mobilization. Plastic explosion. Speaking of laws... we should probably bump up to extensive conscription. Should have done that already. Okay, so that gives us a war goal. Does that war goal expire? It does not. Gains war goal. Alright, declare the war. Now, go ahead and get the domestic steel. Actually, no. We need the oil. Let's go after the oil first. Foreign armed forces have been infiltrated. Let's work on some aircraft tech. Get the general aviation designer involved. Hopefully those 5 divisions will be able to establish a beachhead and hold. Yep, Republic of Cuba has joined the Comintern. That was expected. Alright, we have our beachhead. Now those guys gotta get off the beach. Okay, we're off the beach. Alright, I want you guys, no, that's not the button I wanted to push. We want you here. No, we don't want you there. Hold on. We want you here. We want you to push the Havana. Right? Go. We want you guys to continue to push here to Guantanamo. And go. Alright, support 42 is done. Let's get these support. Yep, there's going to be supply problems. I tell you guys to go aggressive. Alright, bracket shooting is done. Get it. Homing torpedo is done. Let's start working on basic medium batteries. Alright, our cruiser submarine. The impotence of the London naval treaties have rendered any real restrictions on submarine deck armament moot. The question remains, however, whether we should prioritize prestige armaments over tactical range. Extra fuel tanks, maximum range. Or we can put big, heavy batteries on these. I would actually prefer range. Flexible operations. What, no aircraft hangars? Alright. Yeah, put everything into the infantry equipment. Yeah, I think they put pretty much their entire army there in Guantanamo Bay, and that did not work. Alright, plans, explosives. Localized training centers. Commonwealth of Australia wants to resupply their ships in our ports. Sure, go ahead. Yeah, take those guys out. Havana has fallen. And Cuba has capitulated. Excellent. Let's fall these troops back home. Alright, so we now have control of Cuba. These are not core states. They are occupied. So we're going to have resistance here. Oh. So let's send someone there to root that out. Alright, so now we are importing a whole bunch of steel so we can reduce how much we're importing. Huh. There's still a little bit of Cuba there. Alright, aircraft heavy machine guns. Let's get aircraft cannons. Yeah, we'll tell them to go as soon as they can. Insufficient naval superiority in region, the Florida coast. Alright. I mean, we can send some ships up to the Florida coast. Localized training centers is complete. Psychological warfare. This is our train manufacturer. Okay. Congo Free State and the National Republic of Panama have signed a white peace. The Congo Free State leaves the Commonwealth of Nations. Because there's no more Belgium at the moment. Looks like Iran has been losing some ground. Transport? No. Survivability studies? Yes. Let's see. Construction speed. No, we'll go with the industrial concern there. The Soviet-British Pact. Pact of mutual assistance between the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, the United Kingdom, was signed yesterday in Moscow by diplomats from both countries. Interesting. Gyro stabilized mounts. Okay. So yeah, they're trying to secure that flank. Alright, we're up to 75,000 troops again. Exploit the Alta Verapaz oil fields. Okay. Let's get that civilian factory and steel mill. We need to import some more oil. Okay. Okay, we took that island. Good. We would need Cuba to be a puppet to get war goals against Hispaniola. No. Hispania. Yeah, Hispaniola. Liberate Mexico. Liberate Gran Colombia. Free Brazil. So I don't have to release Cuba as a puppet. I mean, which we could. And then reintegrate them. Okay. I don't think we actually can. No. Okay. I mean, we could still justify war goals normally. Armor piercing capped medium shell, improved medium battery. Ah, yeah, we gotta design that destroyer. Alright, but what I think we'll do is go ahead, we'll end the episode here, and then when we come back, we'll go ahead and design the destroyer. We also need a light cruiser. Yeah, I'll think about that. Alright. Well, for now, we'll go ahead and stop here. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.